Hi everyone, thank you for joining us in today's chat. Today we're going to be talking with Caroline Bentley from Orbit Cups. Orbit Cups is it's a new deposit return scheme in Dundee, and today we're going to cover how it got started and also how we feel that the future of Orbit Cups is going to be after the lockdown measures have been lifted. So, Caroline, can you tell us a bit about Orbit Cups and how you got started? What was the thinking behind this?
Okay, hi, yeah, sure. Thanks for asking me along today. I founded a community interest company just back in October 2019. It's called Greenways Dundee, and the overarching aim of Greenways is to support what I've been calling everyday sustainability. So it's this idea that people should be able to live greener or lower impact lives in really simple everyday ways. The sense that I get from speaking to local people is that they are motivated to make changes, but they maybe don't know what to do or how to do it, and they lack a sense of community around it. So since registering the Kick, we've run various events like DIY workshops for household products and community cleanups. And then I'd come across this concept of a reusable cup network in another country, actually, that I felt could make a big impact in Dundee and seemed such a common sense, simple thing to do. I've spoken to lots of people around the city about it, and it became apparent that there was an appetite for this. So the initiative is, as I say, a reusable coffee cup network that will run out of cafes, takeaways, bars, and other outlets throughout the city. Dundee has a large number of independent hospitality businesses and, under normal circumstances, a thriving takeaway trade. So as a background, normally in Scotland every day we use over 500,000 disposable cups every single day. And the vast majority of those aren't recycled or composted. They're dumped in landfills or in incinerators. And what's more, and hits me more, I suppose, is that 40,000 of those cups every day end up littering our streets, parks and rivers. So I think this is a problem worth solving, and that the use of disposable cups can be slashed fairly easily with the right infrastructure in place. There's anecdotally, the number of people taking their own reusable cups to cafes has increased quite sharply over the last couple of years, but the most recent official figures are that just 2% of sales are made into people's own reusables. So that's the background. The initiative I'm starting is, as you say, called Orbit Cups, and it's a membership network for independent businesses. So members will borrow these reusable cups from Greenways for £1 each. And then they in turn can offer their customers a takeaway coffee or a takeaway soup in one of these cups instead of a disposable. So the customer would choose an Orbit cup, leave a £1 deposit with the cafe, take their drink away, and when they're done with the cup, they would just drop it into the nearest outlet, the nearest member, or keep it for the next day and return it to the place they regularly go to, and they get their deposit back.
How many uses can you get from one of those cups, Caroline?
Well, there's no, I suppose, guarantee from the manufacturer, but the information I have is that they've been tested through a commercial dishwasher 1,000 times. And there was no degradation either to the material itself or to there's a printed logo on it. So, you know, if they were used every day, that's about 3 years. And beyond that, it's not been tested. It's quite a new product, and it's very efficiently made in terms of materials. So these particular cups haven't actually been around long enough for me to say, oh, this is when they start breaking or they all seem to break down. They're made in the UK, and they use 70% less material than the previous technology would have allowed. So that was part of the reason I chose these. They were already out there, and they seemed a really efficient, smart use of materials.
And also reduce the carbon footprint by choosing a UK-based supplier. That is
sure. Yeah, that's right. And there are I couldn't tell you the figures right now off the top of my head, but I used to be able to when I was speaking to people more and more frequently about these. If you were to choose this every day for a month, I think the overall carbon footprint of the cup versus a typical paper, plastic lined disposable. These are about 85% less. So it builds up quickly, the reduction in carbon footprint, and that includes the impact of washing these cups.
All right. That
So
is,
just to make it clear, the model is that the cups and the pounds would always be circulating, and there's no cost to the customer. The cafe would pay a monthly fee to join this network, and I've tiered that so that smaller outlets only selling half a dozen coffees a day pay less than those selling 100 a day, because there are both of those sizes of business in Dundee, and I really felt that this should be accessible to all businesses, but that people making larger volumes of sales should pay more because they've got the potential to save money by using these. I've looked at similar schemes around the world, and that it seems to be typical that with this deposit return model and a low deposit, like £1 or a couple of dollars in Australia and New Zealand, that you maybe get a quarter of customers choosing these reusables. And so if you're a cafe owner, you're not spending as much on disposables. Everyone's got a different cost, but particularly those outlets that are already using what they feel is the most eco-friendly option, so compostable plant material cups, they're a lot more expensive. So they'll be saving money well before that 25% target's reached.
Yeah. And I think that this is a good point to make here. There is this kind of demonization of plastic in the environmental or eco-friendly community. And I think it's quite important to see plastic as just another material that has its benefits, which is durability and easily cleaned. And if you keep plastic local and you make sure that it's recycled and recyclable, then it might be more sustainable than plant-based alternatives. I think that is a point that needs to be highlighted these days. What I wanted to ask you is, you said that you got inspired for this model from other models that are around the world. Did you find any specific challenges or barriers in order to implement such a model in the UK with legislation that we have here, or was it relatively straightforward? What would you say to anyone else that wanted to start a deposit return scheme, for example?
Okay, well, first of all, I would say that we were just launching in member outlets as lockdown came in. So it was kind of the worst possible timing for us. In terms of, I mean, are you talking about maybe food businesses and food legislation reuse? Yeah, that's actually been quite straightforward. So the way it works in Scotland anyway, is each outlet makes its own food safety plan, and they're required to do that. They are then inspected, the premises and also the plans, by the local authority's food safety team, who we used to call environmental health, and they're given a pass, and they're then a member of a particular scheme, the Food Hygiene Information Scheme. And it's a requirement of Orbit that to be a member, you're a member of that scheme. So each business has its food safety plan, and having spoken to Dundee Council's food safety team, and in turn they've asked Food Standards Scotland for an opinion, what they say is it's up to each business to assess the risks in using whatever they use in their business, including reusable containers, and to put in processes accordingly. They're actually very supportive of reusables, I've found, the food safety team and Food Standards Scotland. They appreciate that it's the handling of materials that causes them to be safe or not. And so it doesn't matter if it's a reusable bag or a cup, or a single-use bag or a cup, it's the way that people handle them that makes the difference. So in terms of the rules, there's been no problem. The bigger challenge, and one that I'm really only just facing, is that this is a behaviour change for customers and it's a change for businesses. And change always feels like it may come with extra work, and that it comes with risks to finances, to reputation, and so on. So I hope that answers your question. The rules haven't prevented anything happening.
It's mostly the behaviors. That brings us to the next question I wanted to ask you. So you said that you launched pretty much just before the lockdown, and that is very unfortunate timing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wanted to ask you, so a lot of things have been demonized during the lockdown because they had to be, like social distancing has become a thing, being very mindful about what surfaces we touch and how we wash our hands, etc., has come to the forefront. So I wanted to ask you, what kind of limitations do you think that this mentality is going to cause for deposit return scheme of food containers, specifically Orbit cups? And do you think that there is a way for us to adapt in a post-COVID world?
Well, we've because hospitality outlets had to close, I just decided to put everything on hold and aim for a launch as businesses reopen. And then I think the challenge becomes really twofold. So as we said, the big thing has been getting people to change their habits. Now we've all shown we can change our habits massively overnight if we have to. That's what's been happening recently. But there's a concern that people are keen to get back to normal, that people are just longing to go to a cafe and get a takeaway just as they wanted to before. And so I feel like it's my job to help people see this is an opportunity to make a better normal, to choose a better normal, which favours the environment, the local economy, and can help bring a sense of community. Actually, that's one of the aims of this. But the other challenge is the perception of hygiene around reusables. And I've noticed from newsletters I get and webinars I've been on that there's a bit of concern that the movement might have been set back a little because reuse has become increasingly normal, I would say, over the last few years. And one thing that I thought was particularly concerning was the suspension of the 5p carrier bag charge under certain circumstances. And I understand this was done to make online grocery shopping easier, but I think there's an underlying message that at a time when we're trying to stay safe and we're aware of cleanliness, suddenly single-use bags are freely available again. So that's concerning, but I'm encouraged because loads of experts have come out saying that there is no real difference between a single-use item and reusable item. It's how people handle them, as I say, that causes them to be safe or not. So I think we've been used to listening to what experts say a lot recently, and I'm hopeful that people can look past the noise and see that evidence and see those expert opinions which support the safe use of reusables. In terms of our cups, so these are put through a cafe's dishwasher and service is in a clean cup every time. And as I say, it's for each business to organise their own workflow, but our normal return process was that you would just take the cup back to the counter, whether you were getting a coffee in a new cup or not, you could return this cup and get your deposit back. And then as lockdown or as the coronavirus was just appearing in Scotland, we said to members, okay, well, let's take returns away from the counter in a dedicated container. This could be where their used sit-in cups were collected. And so then a member of staff would just be collecting all the used cups at once, taking them straight to be cleaned. So that's a recommendation that we were giving to people, having talked to the food safety team at the council. And what we're saying now, as businesses reopen, we'll keep in touch with them. This is still an option. If people are feeling more risk averse, they can say, look, don't return your cups just now, just keep them at home. And when this crisis has passed, we'll take them back. It could also be that the cups are kept kind of quarantined in the container for that day and left aside and then dealt with after the recommended time. So I want people to feel safe, but that their concerns have been well considered. And of course, I want businesses to get on board, make the change, and so I can, give them lots of informed workflows and information to support that these are safe for them and their customers, for their staff and their customers.
Couldn't agree with you more, Caroline. I feel that because of this crisis, a lot of businesses have put their sustainability agenda in the back burner, and they think that having to deal with an emergency situation such as this automatically means that every other consideration, like environmental ones, are out. But it doesn't have to be. You can have a change. You can change towards a certain direction that is both safe and environmentally friendly, and is good for the present and for the future. So I couldn't agree with you more. Reusables can be cleaned and processed in the same way that in-house materials have been and food containers have been used so far, and they're perfectly safe for people. There are ways around this. Having a pandemic doesn't have to mean let's go back to single-use plastic, and it shouldn't mean that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I'm really hopeful for the future of this initiative and others like it, because there are a lot. I agree that environmental issues and the waste crisis has fallen down off people's radar a bit, and that's completely understandable. But as you say, this is still going to be a problem when everything gets back to whatever normal is. We've seen a lot of environmental benefits around the world over the last few months because of travel restrictions and so on. And I think people are seeing the kind of wonder in that and noticing what our behaviour, travel, production and so on is doing to the world. So let's just hope that they can use that new knowledge to support systems like this and support a future they want to see in Dundee, rather than what's necessarily always been.
No, as you said, that we've had the chance to actually change our the way that we do things practically overnight, and we saw that it wasn't a case of having to have specific policies in place and have 10-year worth of research or anything like that. We can just change the way that we function pretty fast. And I hope that some of the good practices that we've had to adapt to, we can keep after this pandemic goes away or the lockdown finishes. So there's silver linings in everything. And I hope that you start again with this fantastic scheme in Dundee very, very soon. And for anyone that is interested in this deposit return scheme and in Orbit Cups, you will find Caroline's contact details in just under the link of this video. And thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.